Welcome to DC Vigilante. The reason, just in case this goes on Facebook, is my YouTube channel, and I use that to go on a rant about DC. But every now and again, I talk about a lot of other different stuff. Anyway, so in the last video I made, it was the ending of Ancient Aliens and stuff like that. But right now, as a sort of connected issue, but right now I want to talk about SJWs. And if you don't know what an SJW is, it's a new terminology that came about. Well, for me it is. It stands for social justice warriors, right? It's people that believe that they have a better view in what the world needs, right? That everything should be equal to everything, or the way films are made, that they believe that films should be done in a certain way, or society should be made in a certain way, and you cannot talk about stuff or make fun about either one race or sex or anything like that. It's just really rubbish, and it's, to be honest, it's a sickness. It really is. I mean, I don't know where these people come from, and what world that they're living on, because times change, attitudes and opinions change, and we're already at a point in the world where we do believe in equal opportunities, and what we our look on life has changed, and how what a man's role is or what a female's role is, and but you've got to give the world time and people time in order to move into this new world slowly, and not rush it, not all of a sudden start destroying the stuff that people have grown up around, because by doing that you're destroying either people's childhoods or people's point of views, and I mean, it's only recently that so many years that a lot of people have been, from people from the gay community, people are suddenly realising what it is to be gay and how okay it is to be, but you still have those people that believe in something different, and that they should be silent or whatever, and those people are homophobic. So, but what a social justice warrior would come in and say that, well, they'll force stuff onto people that it isn't ready for. Now, I'm ready, but I'm not speaking for the whole general public. But when it comes to destroying things, destroying something like art, like I've often mentioned when it comes to movies, where they have to change the sex of the character, or they have to change the sexuality of a character, or race of a character, or the way a character behaves or acts, because it's old fashioned and everything else. The Joker film had a lot of social justice warriors saying we shouldn't have a film with a white man being being a psychopath or hounding a woman, but it's a sort of reflection on life, and we shouldn't shy away from it. We're living in a world just now where suicide for men has risen. It has risen, and my reason behind that is because partly to do with social justice, right? These new views, and it has nothing to do with being racist or homophobic or anything like that. It's men are losing what they grew up and expected to be. You know, that they've lost the way of what it is to be a man. So, you know, and it's hard because for generations men have been told to subdue their emotions and feelings, not cry and everything else, that they should be the provider for their family. And so all these generations of men, it's a sort of pride thing. And and for me, that is the reason why it's going up, because there's a lot of people out there that have lost their way. Comedians try to disguise it by putting humour on, and you know, but they don't get that men can be, through their upbringing, because they've been told to not speak about their feelings, or it's not cool enough for a man, or it's not man enough to do that, then men have no outlet. So when you have social justice warriors coming along and then telling them how to act and what to do and what not to do, they cannot be themselves. So in this world, it's so complicated to know what it is to be oneself. We all have ridiculous ideas going through our minds, and some could be, which we then stand back and go, why did I just think that? We're everybody in the world, I would say, has had one of those moments. You know, when you pick something up and think, I could smash that telly, my own telly with this. You know, it's just some ridiculous ideas. We're all screwed up mentally. And we all feel like we have, you know, we're all searching for our place in the world, and to give our life meaning. You know, in this world dictates that you should get married, have a kid, and get a job. You go to a job and get a pension and everything else, get a car. And so life dictates that this is what you should do with your life. And people around you will dictate how you should behave and act, and what it is to be a man or a woman. And then you have, you know, of course, religious side of this and everything else. You feel guilty for your thoughts or your ideas. But we're just human beings that have got a lot of stuff going, you know, upstairs, a lot of thought processes, a lot of ideas buzzing around, and you know, a brain takes more information in than a supercomputer does. That's how complex our brains are, right? And you wouldn't believe it, but we are. It doesn't matter when you're talking about, you know, who's smart enough, but our brains are more active than. So when you put that to one side, and then you put our feelings and our emotions, our ideas, what life should be like, we're all, you know, and when those don't come to par, or we grow up believing that we've not became that person that our mothers and fathers wanted us to be, it plays havoc on your mind. And I just say, screw that. You got it to. I came to an idea. When I was growing up in school, I had a hearing, and it wasn't until later on in life that they realised that there was a hearing problem. But it got fixed. But by that time, confidence was low, and I found myself being an outsider to to everybody, because I missed so much, and then my confidence had gone through school, so I believed that I wasn't going to amount to much. So we have all this sort of stuff, but the one thing that I did do then was I said to myself, one night, I said to myself, I am who I am. Now, I'm not talking about, the song, but I didn't suddenly start singing, I am what I am, I don't know excuse, I want to... No, but I realised that, when you're talking about DNA, you're made up. Your mind is made up. And you can't control what you are in life. You can't control where you end up in life, but you can control how you go about your normal daily business. You might not be able to change or come out of your confidence level or come out of the rut that you might find yourself in career-wise or anything like that, and maybe your confidence is down to zero. But just think to yourself that this is me. I don't need to be like this person. I don't need to be that person. I don't know if there's going to what's waiting for me on the other end of life, and but so just accept you being you, because everybody has these feelings, everybody has these emotions, and nobody can say or tell anybody what's the right or wrong thing to do in life. If we take away religion, we'll take away our ideas of what life is demanding of us, and just to embrace what you have, that you're alive, and you just basically need to see it to the end of the road. Because believe me, if you were to die feeling depressed or upset or anything else, you might take that with you. You might take that wherever you end up. But to me, wherever you end up, it's not going to be the end of your journey. You just got to learn what life throws at you just now. Take in this stuff, so when maybe there's a do-over in your next life, that you can somehow take that with you and become better from it. I have no sympathy for people that commit suicide. It's the most selfish act to do, and these people, and so that is my message to anybody out there. Have you ever thought of suicidal thoughts? First of all, talk to people. Don't care what they think of you. Okay, don't care who, if you go to a psychiatrist or whatnot, who cares? What I did was I talked to myself. I tried to understand myself and accepted my limitations, and I said, it's out of my control. Anything that is that I can't do, it's just the way I am made. So I've got to just live with my limitations and accept it. And once you've done that, right, once you've accepted who you are, you don't need a psychiatrist that tells you that, come back to me and we'll talk later, because she hardly talks or he hardly talks. What they're just wanting you to do is admit things. Reason it out with your head. Don't go about saying I'm a loser or I'm a bad person or anything like that. Don't say that, no. Just accept this is who I am. And I can change that, and I can prove that. And what I did was I said, well, I'm going to prove that I'm not such a dunderhead. I am going to go and I'm going to learn how to drive a car. And I'll prove to myself that there is some use to me out there. And there's going to be some use to you out there. And your life can change. And I know you can be like Rocky and take the hits and just keep going forward. You know, life is shit when you look at it. Life of Brian. You know, but you just got to give a wee whistle. You know, we're living in a mucked up world with mucked up religions, with mucked up views on how to live and what to say or what not to say. And, you know, yeah, we should live in an equal world where women and men have equal rights and everything else, yes. But let's not tell each other to be quiet because that's not the right thing to do or right thing to say. Just accept that person for being that way. You know, if he's a sexist comedian or something, accept that. Because believe me, there'll be one on the opposite sex that's just as bad, and we should be able to learn to laugh and joke with each other. But that's my views just now. If you want any more of this type of video, let us know in the comments below. This is DC Vigilante out.